In the corner of her garden, beneath the largest daisy, Wix found something that did not belong. It was a silver key that hummed a tiny musical tune. When she picked it up, the garden began to shimmer like soap bubbles in the sun. Wix felt a tingle in her toes and knew a big adventure was about to begin. Suddenly, a tiny pop echoed through the air. From the center of a nearby tulip, a small, glowing light named Zephyr appeared. He had wings that moved as fast as a hummingbird's and a smile that lit up the shade. Zephyr fluttered around Wix's head, whistling a happy greeting. Zephyr pointed his glowing hand toward the sky. High above, the beautiful blue was fading into a dull, sleepy gray. He explained that the colors were being blown away, and they needed the silver key to unlock the great sky gate. Without the colors, the world would feel like a rainy afternoon forever. With a swirl of his wings, Zephyr created a ladder made of pure starlight. Wix tucked the silver key into her pocket and began to climb. Up and up they went, higher than the trees and past the sleepy birds. The air smelled like peppermint and cold mountain air. At the top of the ladder, Wix stepped onto a cloud. It felt like standing on a giant, cold marshmallow. Everything around her was gray and quiet. The colors of the sunset were missing, and the sky felt lonely. Wix reached into her pocket and realized she still had her box of magic chalk. Wix knelt down on the soft, misty ground. She took out a piece of bright yellow chalk and began to draw. She drew a sun with long, curly rays and a smiley face. As she finished, the drawing began to glow, and the gray cloud beneath her feet started to turn a beautiful, warm gold. Zephyr let out a joyful cheer. He bounced from one cloud to the next, watching as the yellow light spread like spilled paint. He began to dance, his wings leaving trails of glitter in the air. The sky was starting to wake up, but they still had to find out where the rest of the colors had gone. They followed a loud achoo that shook the very air. Behind a mountain of mist, they found Boreas, the great wind giant. He was sitting on a peak, his nose red and his eyes watery. Every time he sneezed, a great gust of wind blew more color right off the clouds and into the dark space beyond. Wix realized Boreas wasn't mean. He just had a very bad cold. She reached into her backpack and pulled out her longest, fuzziest rainbow scarf. She climbed up to a high ledge and wrapped the soft wool around the giant's ticklish nose. Boreas stopped mid-sneeze, his eyes widening in surprise as the warmth settled in. With his nose warm and cozy, Boreas smiled, and his breath turned into a gentle, warm breeze that carried the colors back to where they belonged. Zephyr hugged Wix's cheek before she headed back down the starlight ladder. When Wix reached her garden, the sky was the most beautiful rainbow she had ever seen.